Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. We're going to take a quick look again here at Bitcoin. Just a quick update essentially from our earlier analysis this morning. Bitcoin ramped up, pulled right back. Like we're getting so used to this ripsaw that this is just a normal thing. Another way you look at it though, altcoins are not responding super well to it because Bitcoin dominance is increasing, basically implying that profits from altcoins is going right into Bitcoin. And coincidentally, the price of Bitcoin is pulling back. So that's an interesting thing, right? It's a unique situation, but nonetheless, we're coming up to a resistance range here. So hypothetically, altcoins should start to stabilize or bottom out here soon, pending Bitcoin doesn't make a run for 67,000. I do want to preface though, there is a fair value gap here on CME futures, basically a CME futures gap. We can see as low as about 67,400. So it's half filled. Strong likelihood we're going to see that get filled sometime in the near future. So just be mindful and be ready for that. And again, if you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. Hope you can learn something today. And please like the video, comment below if you get a chance, and love to hear your thoughts on what your position is with Bitcoin. If we take a look here at altcoins, liquidation for Bitcoin, because again, altcoins, we'll talk about that in a minute. We want to specify something here that's fairly important. So there is liquidation levels that are still below the price action. And I just kind of want to recognize or, kind of reaffirm that 67,000 as low as 65,000 is that range of liquidation. It's very, very heavy. Okay. So while it's all nice and well and good, the price is going up and it should continue to sustain itself, there's still a big amount of liquidation between 67, 66,000, but also as low as 65. Okay. Another thing you want to also recognize too, and there's, I know I'm jumping around a little bit here, is that we have a nice little pattern here forming with a symmetrical wedge pattern. I sent out a short on, of course, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, the whole 9 yards, kind of explaining that. But the easy way to understand it is that these are very positive, these are bullish, and they generally proceed to the upside. So again, while we're going to waver around a lot between now and then, we could very well see the price pull back to fill that gap and then launch. All right, so again, that's a possibility too. Either way, this is a bullish sign more so for the larger time frames, not necessarily going to happen today. All right, so Bitcoin, where are we at? Let's go ahead and work our way down. To quickly summarize though, the daily time frame, by the way, folks, is still looking fairly bullish. It was earlier today. I doubt it's changed too much minus the oscillators. We'll look at that here in a minute, but above all moving averages, still in good shape. We're honoring this ascending trend line, so as long as we can maintain above that, I think we're going to be just fine. We do have a MACD divergence here forming. It is trying to diverge, just kind of letting us know that a shift in momentum is occurring with obvious, range-bound activity here. We can also recognize too that stochastic is swinging down pretty hard, due for a correction relatively soon. Typically when stochastic swings up, we see some good things. Weekly example, what the last 5 times stochastic has swung up, it averages about 60 to 70% return. And that's over the last 1.5 to 2 years. So under that impression, that holds true, we should see the bounce here soon. Good news is we're over 50 on the RSI too. Pending we don't lose 50 on the RSI, this ascending trend line, I think we're going to be in good shape. Those are just positive contributing factors. It's not like a bullish sign saying, I want you to take a long position right now blindly like an idiot. No, I don't say that. Do not use high leverage. In fact, I insist on you taking no more than 10x leverage for Bitcoin and no more than 5x leverage for altcoins. That's generally the concept. That's exactly what I teach in my trading university. And more importantly, I reiterate that to my community, and those are only trades that I take here. Again, different strokes for different folks. If you're like a high risk, high reward kind of person, that's a different story altogether, but you can maybe be honest about how many times you reset your account too. Now let's take a look here at the 4-hour time frame. We can see that we are getting rejected by the 50-day SMA. I mentioned closing above that's extremely important earlier. We're not there yet. This X on this chart is basically an area in which we'd get confirmation on the hourly for the Ichimoku cloud above that 68,800 mark. We were on target for that at one point. Now it looks like a distant thing of the past, right? That's Bitcoin for you, folks. You better get used to it or just don't even trade crypto. Again, these ripsaws are just kind of par for the course. Ever since big money's got involved, we've been seeing a lot of obnoxious candle wicks and candlesticks. Like that kind of candle wick shouldn't happen, but it does, and it's normal. All right. Anyways, we're over 50 on the RSI, but barely. Stochastic swinging up, money flow index coming up, MACD converging. Generally, these are favorable signs. Only thing we have is that rejection at the 50-day SMA, which isn't a terrible thing. So I wouldn't get too in your heads right now about this being a bearish situation. It's still positive nonetheless, as long as we can hold this 0.382 fib level. And why I say it's still positive is because we're maintaining above this level here. So you see this most recent high, we had a lot of difficulty getting past that. Once we did, we had a bullish backtest, and now we've bullish backtested twice. So hypothetically, we should see the price continue further from here, and 68.2 should be the lowest in which we see the price. Hypothetical is strictly the entire premise to every single analysis you can take and make on Bitcoin or any altcoin, really. That's all it is, right? So having said all that, what I'm getting at here is if we do summarize and we look at the cloud, again, a confirmation to me comes above the cloud and above this fib level. Hypothetically, we're going to get confirmation here in the next 12 hours, letting us know that we're going to naturally be back up above the cloud. So we need to have a 0.382 fib level closed, 68,200 or higher, to have any legs to stand on to be able to get a solid chance of the price action holding this level and continuing further up. That's what I'm looking for here. Granted, we've got a lot of positivity on multiple time frames, but right here, this is not like the most favorable situation. However, it's not terrible either. We still have mostly positive in the overall sense of the larger time frames, middle time frame, and now, or even the smaller time frames, gravitating more towards that. So again, I don't think this is a massive concern. Unfortunately, altcoins are belly flopping right now, and that's just kind of par for the course. If you're not familiar with that, I would recommend checking out my Twitter, TikTok, everything else here, essentially, that I have that keeps you in the know and keeps you abreast. I make a lot of shorts now per day just to kind of help kind of summarize those little things that are happening. I mentioned that because I talked about that earlier today. Go ahead and check that out. Either way, thank you so much again for your time. Hope you learned something here today. Comment below if you haven't already. Like the video if nothing else, and we'll see you in the next one. Hope you have a good one. Thanks again. We'll see you soon.